What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining me tonight. I know I'm taking a big chance of sounding batshit crazy, and that's okay. I don't care. I don't know if a lot of you may have found me on YouTube just recently, or some of you have followed me throughout the last 4 years. The last 4 years have been pretty remarkable. Really, I came into light. I came into the stage, into the podcasting stage, onto the truther stage from a viral video I did in 2020. I think it was around April, talking about child trafficking and the whole thing, what the elites like to do and the celebrities. And I got to tell you that video actually aged very, very well. So if there's any credibility in me, just go back and look at that video and know that really I was probably, besides 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏 and a few others that were, hitting certain audiences, that video really cracked the wasp nest and kicked the door open for this. I'm not gonna say the entire movement, but it definitely it was at the right time, the right place. It came out along with Mike Smith's video, Out of Shadows. I mean, we got Liz Crockett. We got a lot of big, and I'm even scared to say their names on here, but a lot of big influencers and truthers out there. So I'm not going to say I'm the only one or I'm the guy. I don't have that kind of ego. I'm not going to even say that. I just did my little part. I did my little bit, and that's it, But there were some funny things. There was some really strange things that happened to me leading up to that video that I'm going to talk, that will segue into what I'm going to talk about right now. The last 4 years have been really crazy for me in the sense that it's almost been it's really been I'm going to put it this way. It's been a miracle, because a lot of you know that I've passed, I've almost died twice, and I've had to, and someone asked, did you get brought back by a defibrillator? Yes, I did. One of the times, I think that was a drug overdose. The other one was a knife that went into my face and my throat. So I've had some, you can see it. So I've had my scares and my close encounter. I've been there. And I know what that's like. But ever since then, not only since then, but really the last 40 years, really since that viral video, a lot of crazy things have been happening to me, and there's been a few instances where I've gotten these like weird matter of fact like downloads. And I got one yesterday morning, and it hits you like boom. And before I could even open my eyes, like right when I woke up, before I could even formulate my first thought in the morning, it was just downloaded, like boom. It was for me like fact. It was just matter of fact. This is it. And the only other time something like that's happened to me was in this last 4 years, was after that viral video. I was laying in bed in my sister's room at my parents' house, and I fell asleep. And all of a sudden, I felt a surge of energy rush through me. I woke up. My eyes woke up. The TV turned on loud. And the ceiling fan, woo, 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 started going crazy. I don't know what that was either. I remember I got up. Everything finally went back to normal. It was a really crazy experience. So I don't know what these things are, but I'm going to say, and I'm going to go ahead and bring this up as well. Before the viral video happened, a week before that, I was traveling from El Paso to Ruidoso, New Mexico, and I was going through White Sands. Now, it was about 9:30 at night, and all of a sudden I'm driving, and I see these beautiful constellations just appear over my truck, and they were different colors. They're like orbs. And I remember looking at them going, man, that's something I've never seen before. I took out my phone, and I was with some girl, and I go, get out your phone. And right when we pulled our phones out, they just disappeared. They just turned off like a light. And I was like, damn it, man, we missed it, you know, and we're driving, and then boom, there they go again. And they start making all these beautiful formations. Like it was almost like it was just for us. And we pull out our phones again, and then bam, they go right off. Almost like they were conscious of and this sounds crazy, like they were conscious of our cell phones or something. I don't know how to explain it. And I remember I was and I kept thinking about that, and so my point being is when I woke up that morning, when I did that viral video, I was like, all of a sudden I just woke up and I thought I got to talk about this subject. So I talked about it, and I think that video aged very well. Now I was in front of a Facebook audience of about 10,000. Really, at that time, it was like I was not getting any more than 5,000 to 10,000 views on Facebook, and I was talking about my sobriety, and I just started talking about it just to talk about it, and then all of a sudden that video went into the millions and got translated in different languages. It was really insane. Scared the hell out of me. I'll be honest with you. Really scared me. Because you know a lot of things happened after that video. Like my dog, my German Shepherd, I came home and it had a broken neck and its teeth were knocked out, like it got hit with a bat. And it was dead, and almost like someone was sending me some kind, I don't know, sign, signal, I don't know. But there was a lot of stuff that happened before that video and after that video. Well, yesterday, so that leads me to yesterday when I woke up, and before my eyes could even open, I got this download, like boom. And so this is just, I'm just going to leave this out. I'm not a prophet. I'm not a psychic. I have no intel. I'm just telling you from my personal experiences. I'm not trying to have a cult following, nothing like that. This is just me talking to you all the way I always do. Just transparent, and just here it is. You know, I've had a lot of guests on my show. One of them, you know, you all know Juan, you all know 𝗫𝗫𝗃𝗃. 𝗫𝗫𝗃𝗃 was struck, I think, oh geez, I can get this wrong, but it's been a lot of times he's been struck by lightning, and he's had a near-death experience. He's crossed over, and he's come back with visions. And 𝗫𝗫𝗃𝗃 would be the one, in my opinion, that knows more about this subject, and I'm going to talk to him tomorrow. Actually, I just set up an interview with him tomorrow, a podcast with him in the morning for Nino's Corner.tv, and we're going to talk about this more extensively because I need to understand it myself. But what I saw, and I'm just going to tell you all here, makes a lot of sense with all these guys, especially 𝗧𝗵𝗆. That 𝗧𝗵𝗆, if you don't know who 𝗧𝗵𝗆 is the inventor of a software that is able to map and understand internet chatter and predict events that are going to come with an luminosity, I guess, an luminosity rate or type of scale, right? So he reads the tension and release from internet language and the emotion behind it, from what I understand. And if 9/11 was like a 1, whatever's coming in the future is going to be over a 13. So whatever's coming is going to be massive. And that's where I come in with this. I woke up yesterday, and the first thing that hit me was, like, matter of fact, solar flare. Just hit me. Solar flare. It's going to be massive. And I don't know if it's going to be a real solar flare or something man-made. I don't know. I just know that I saw it, and it led me to a lot of people. All these people popped in my head, and Dennis Quaid popped in my head for some reason. He's playing Reagan coming up in this movie. And then I thought, why did Dennis Quaid pop in my head? Oh, wait a minute. That's right. He was on Tucker Carlson talking about solar flares, and nobody even paid attention to it. So why a solar flare? Like I said, folks, I have no intel. I have no proof. I'm not a prophet. I'm not a psychic. I'm not trying to start any kind of cult thing, nothing like that. This is just me talking very matter of fact to you. And in fact, and I'm going to say this, it's not if, it's when. Because this happened with, I think in the 1800s with what's it called? Someone put it in your Keratin effect or the what is it in the 1800s? Someone knows this. This happened before, knocked out all communications, but this, what I saw is coming, is going to make look Carrington event. There it is. Thank you very much. Thank you. What this is going to make everything look like a walk in the park. Like this is going to change everything, change the game for everything. And I feel both sides know this. Now, I'm not going to say that there's not going to be earthquakes and there's not going to be other boogeymen, you know, whatever happened in 2020. Like that was just a rehearsal. That was a dress rehearsal from what I saw. That I'm not saying other events are not going to happen. I think these people are going to play all their hands, and I think it's going to come like pop, 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 pop. But what I see, but I think, and I even think the alien card, I mean, the whole thing, man. I mean, I know that they're going to go all in on all levels here, but what I see, the big shebang is going to be this. And I think it adds up with what Cliff High said. I think it adds up with what Daniel Brinkley has preached about for the last few decades, longer. But Dennis Quaid popped into my head, and I had to go look at him and watch him on Tucker Carlson. I was like, there it is. There it is. I haven't talked to Juanito about this. I want to talk to him about this, but folks, another time I got something like this, I was fighting Owen Beck. And if you guys have seen that fight, when I fought Owen Beck, I knocked him out, almost killed him. I hit him with a double short left hook and put him out for I think he was out for over 20 minutes. They had to bring him oxygen. They took him out on a stretcher. I took a knee in front of the whole arena, and it was a very scary moment. In fact, that fight changed me for the rest of my life because I thought if I could do this to someone with my bare hands, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I always thought that I wanted to hurt somebody and put him out. But when I saw that man bleeding out of his ears and eyes, I thought to myself, I don't feel this is what God wants me to do. Anyway, I think that fight changed me for the rest of my career along with this, but that's just a whole different story for another time. But before I fought Owen, I had a dream I killed him. And so when I took that knee in the arena, I was like, Lord, no. Don't let this happen. Please don't let this happen. I don't want this poor man to go out like this. I can't, I don't want to ever know that I took someone's life. And that's a true story. And when something like this happens for me and I come out and I talk about this, it's the same kind of thing. And that's, I don't know how to, other than, I just don't think it's if. I think it's when. And maybe those are the days of darkness that letter talks about. And I don't know. I just know that. And I don't know when. I'm not predicting anything. I'm not predicting a date. I'm not trying to do anything like that. But if you all wanted to know my vision, I put it on X. And I said, do you guys want to know this? Do you guys even want me to come out and talk about this? You guys said yes. So that's what I'm saying. And I just wanted to walk you through my experiences from the get-go, from the viral video, from what happened before that viral video in 2020, what happened afterwards, leading up to now. And I think we all know, this is nothing's going to be conventional coming into November. Nothing's going to be normal. We already know that they're getting ready to start some different stuff. They're stirring they're concocting the next, big boogeyman, and they're getting ready to go for it. You remember, folks, they cannot lose. Nobody can lose. Nobody can lose this November. So the only people that are going to lose will be us. We're the hostages on the plane. They're playing for all the marbles, folks, all of it. And I just want to say that I wanted to come out here and solar flare. That's what I saw. And it just all added up for me, man. It just all added up for me. And I would like to know what your all thoughts are. Now, I am in no way predicting anything. I am not a psychic. I am not a prophet. I have no intel. I have no proof. And this being on FluffTube, I have to say, what's your all's thoughts? Do you think I'm onto something? Am I hot? Am I cold? I still think the alien cards come. I think all that's coming, but it doesn't. And folks, I'm going to say another thing. I didn't get the feeling that this was too far out. Like this is. I don't feel like it's this year, but I don't know. I don't feel like it's this year, but Danian seems to think this is 2025. Now, why he says 2025? Those are the visions he got. I guess. I don't know. I'm going to talk to him more about it tomorrow. I'll put that up on 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏.tv because he goes into a lot of the underground stuff and he goes into the, like bunkers and things like that and his visions. And if you guys know Daniel, that guy, he does hospice care now. He helps a lot of elderly people pass into the next life. But that guy was a bad mofo back in his day. And I'm not going to go into details about what he did. But he was in Vietnam. He's been in the intelligence realm, and that dude's not someone to mess with. And that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. He's a nice and gentle man now, but that dude, let's just put it this way. He knew Juanito pretty damn well, and that gave me a lot of credit. That gave Juanito even more credibility to me. So I'm not going to go any further into this, but I'm going to talk to him more about that. It made me call. He was the first person I called after this. When it happened to me, he was the first one I called. I go, Danny, and I saw it, man. I saw it. And he started laughing, and he said, "Good. I'm glad you're on board." And we went into it, and we started talking for a long time on the phone. And I think this is going to be a really good podcast. But I also want to get Cliff High, but Cliff High is doing his own thing right now. I'm going to see if I can get Cliff High if I can. Dennis Quaid also stars in the movie Legion. Watch that movie. Well, okay, I'll check it out. There's also a movie with Nicolas Cage, and I don't know if you guys saw this. It was called The Knowing. Have you guys seen this? If you have not seen it, watch it. I think it's called The Knowing. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I think there's a lot of comms in that, a lot of predictive programming in that movie, The Knowing, with Nicolas Cage. Yeah, yes. A lot of you have seen it. So what are y'all thoughts on that? I'm just giving you my little bit, and that's it. And I'm not going to try to keep you guys here. I will be here tomorrow morning. And thank you very much. Thank you. I will be here tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, 9:30 a.m. Right after the morning show, I'll be interviewing Daniel on 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏.tv. Like I said, folks, this is just a download I got. It's personal to me, but I felt like I want to get it off my chest. If you take this, take it with a grain of salt. You can throw it away, flush it down the toilet, whatever you want to do. But I feel like this is going to change everything, change the game. And who's not to say it is God? Maybe that's, in the Bible, it talks about, doesn't he end the world with fire? I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a blast of fire or just a light. I don't know if some of us make a shift. I don't know if I don't know if the rapture happens at that time. I mean, I've been thinking about all this. I've been thinking, like, should I be scared? Are people going to be left to fend, looking through dumpsters and no electricity? I don't know what it's going to look like. But I think some people are going to ascend? I think so. I think there's going to be some kind of shift in consciousness. I think there's going to be some kind of shift in humanity. And I think about all the guests that I've had on my shows, talking about the rapture, talking about Revelations, where we are today. And maybe this is the big kahuna. Maybe this is the one, that just, maybe they're trying to cause as much chaos as they can leading up to this. Maybe they believe they'll be safe underground. I don't know. Maybe they're going to watch the whole thing like the Hunger Games. I don't know. But I just felt like I had to say this to you guys and talk with you guys because I think it's something that we should all look at. And I think we should start paying attention more to the solar flare stuff, man. I'm just saying it. And I think Daniel Brinkley is one of them that we should pay attention to because I know that, one second. Sorry, guys. My computer does some wacky stuff. But anyway, folks, I'm going to get off now. I'll be talking to Daniel Brinkley tomorrow. And I won't be. I'll do my morning show tomorrow, Friday, 9:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. But I will not be here Monday. I will not be doing my morning show Monday. I'm gonna try to take a breather and get out of town just for a couple days. And folks, I've been going through it pretty hard, pretty rough with my parents, and it's been a tough gig for me, man. A real tough gig for me. Are my moderators in here by any chance? Moderators, if you're there, please show yourself, please, because I don't even know if you're in here right now. Are my moderators in here? Yep. All right, cool. All right, folks, take it for what you would take it for however you want. I'll be here tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Later.